Good morning, my dear student. Once again, you are most welcome in your Ambuja Public School. And myself, Rohit Kulse, is your SST teacher with you. And today, we are going to start our chapter number 1 in geography. Name of the chapter is Earth and Solar System. So, before starting the chapter, I want to describe and I want to know about the something which is very interesting and related to our earth. So see my dear, when you look at the sky, what do you see? During the day, you see the sun. During the night, you see a very large space with the moon and a number of small points of the light. Most of these appear to twinkle and you can call them stars. If you look carefully, you will be able to see a few points of light which do not appear to twinkle. These could be planets. These could be planets. So all the objects in the sky are called the heavenly bodies or the celestial bodies. The sun, the moon, the stars and the planet including the earth are celestial bodies. We can't see any of the other celestial bodies because they are very far from us. So you can see here we have the 8 planets: Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. And you know that Jupiter is the biggest planet, whereas the Mercury is the smallest planet. And so the celestial bodies are spread over a very vast space. This vast space containing all the celestial bodies is called the universe. The universe is so huge that it is difficult to imagine its size. Just think of when it's this way, the night sky that you see with all its heavenly bodies is just a teeny part of the universe. If you were able to see the entire universe, all the heavenly bodies that you see would together look like a teeny spot of light. You would not be able to see the earth or even the sun. So the sun, the moon and all those objects shining in the night sky are called the celestial bodies. So now I am going to talking about the stars. We see a large number of the celestial bodies shining in the sky. Some of them produce their own light, while others, like the moon, reflect the light received from the sun. So stars, celestial bodies having their own heat and light, are called stars. Sun is the largest star of our solar system. Our sun is an ordinary medium-sized star. It looks bigger than the other stars because it is closer to us than any other star. So now we are talking about the constellation. What is the constellation? Constellation of the millions and the millions of the stars in the sky. Some appear to be in groups forming definite patterns. These groups, which can be recognized by the shape they form, are called the constellations. The Great Bear is one of the constellations visible in the northern sky. The 7 brightest stars of this constellation look like a long handled spoon. These 7 stars are called the Big Dipper, is called the Saptarishi in India. Pole star. In ancient time, people used to determine direction during the night time with the help of a star. The North Star, located in the north direction, is called a pole star. It always remains fixed in the same position. In the sky, we can locate the position of the pole star with the help of this Saptarishi. So what is a star? Hot glowing masses of gases. Composition of mostly hydrogen and helium. The object that heat and light the planets in a system. A star is a ball of plasma held together by its own gravity. Nuclear reaction occurs in the star. Energy from the nuclear reaction is released as electromagnetic radiation. Constellation, I already told you about the constellation. A constellation is a group of stars that form an image in the sky. Constellation are the picture that tell story that were made hundreds of years ago. A constellation is a group of stars that you can see in a particular area of the night sky. As I told about the pole star, the stories behind the constellation were stories that poets, farmers, and astronomers have made up over the past 6,000 years. So we have some famous constellations in our sky. The Great Bear, it is very famous. Now we are talking about the galaxy. What is a galaxy? A galaxy is basically a large group of the stars, gas and dust held together by gravity. This is the simplest definition of the galaxy. We only see a few thousand stars with the unaided eye. Unaided means naked eyes. Actually, there are millions and millions of the stars in the universe. We can't see most of them because they are very far away. Stars are not uniformly distributed in the universe. They occur in groups. Millions of the stars together form a group called a galaxy. There are millions of the galaxy in the universe. So, in which galaxy we live? That is, scientists give different name to them. Our sun belong to which galaxy? Our sun belong to a galaxy called the Milky Way galaxy. What is the Milky Way galaxy? The Milky Way, as you know, in our galaxy and home that we live in, it is home at least 200 billion stars, and it is considered a gate type of the galaxy. Our galaxy is considered a spiral type of galaxy because of its spiral spinning shape and a big bulge in the middle. The center of our galaxy, like most galaxies, contain more stars than the outer part. In the center, it is the main star signatures A, which scientists are confident it is a supermassive black hole, and just recently found out that there are supermassive black holes in the center of every galaxy. So on a clear night, you might be able to see a faint band of light in the sky. This is called the Milky Way or Akash Ganga. The Milky Way is a band of stars in our galaxy. These stars are so far away from us that they cannot be distinguished individually and hence appear as a reddish band. Our galaxy gets its name from the Milky Way. Did you know there is some interesting fact about our solar system? Our solar system is made up of 8 planets, their moons and our sun. The planets and their moons revolve around the orbit of the sun. The orbits are not round, they are elliptical. Elliptical means egg-shaped. The first 4 planets are called the inner planets. They are close to the sun. Their names are Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. These planets are made mostly of rock. The next 4 planets are called the outer planet. Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus and Neptune are called gas giant because they are made up mostly of the gases. The sun, 8 planets, the moons and the outer celestial bodies that move around the sun make up the solar system. We can't think of the solar system as the sun family. Sun. The sun is the most prominent feature in our solar system. It is the largest object and contains approximately 98% of the total solar system mass. Oh my God, 98%. The sun is the star at the center of the solar system. The sun color is white, although from the surface of the earth it may appear yellow because of atmospheric scattering of blue light. Designated a yellow star because its visible radiation is most intense in the yellow-green portion of the spectrum. The sun is at the heart of the solar system. Although it is just a medium-sized star, it is gained in comparison to the other member of the solar system. Its diameter is more than 100 times the Earth diameter, and it weighs about 30,000 times more than the Earth. The sun is about 150 million kilometers away from the earth, and the light from the sun takes about 8 minutes to reach us. You can see here the sun picture. So Now we are talking about our solar system. One by one, we are discussing about the brief, small description about the each and every planet. Mercury, closest to the sun, smallest planet, rotate once every 59 Earth days. One day on the Mercury lasts 176 Earth days. Very dry, hot, and almost airless. Venus, second closest planet to the sun, brightest celestial body beside the moon and the sun, cannot be seen in the middle of night, can be observed in the east of sunrise and the west of sunrise. Earth, third from the sun, fifth largest planet in the solar system, more than 4.5 billion years old, has one natural satellite we call the moon, and oceans cover 70% of the Earth's surface. And it is a very special planet for us because it's our home. Mark, fourth from the sun, only planet whose surface can be seen in detail from the Earth, reddish in color. The atmosphere of the Mars is made of carbon dioxide. Next, Jupiter, the fifth planet from the sun, largest planet in the solar system, has at least 39 months. Next, Saturn, sixth planet from the sun, has at least 31 moons. The surface of Saturn consists of liquid and gas. Uranus, seventh planet of the sun, first planet discovered with a telescope. Atmosphere is a mixture of hydrogen, helium, and methane. Does not have a solid surface. Neptune, eighth and the farthest planet for the sun. The atmosphere is mostly hydrogen and the helium, has 8 known moons. 8 known moons. Moon, bigger than Pluto, only object in the solar system visited by humans. A lunar month is 29.35 days, one new moon to the next. The moon gravitational pull on the earth is main cause of the ocean's tide. Sun, located 90, 1, 10, 100,000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh crore, located 93 crore miles from the earth. Closest star to the earth, at least 4.5 billion years old, has a surface temperature of 10,000, 1, 10, 100,000, 10,000, 10,000 degree, and a center temperature of 1, 10, 100,000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh crore, my God, 27 crore degree Fahrenheit. You can't imagine at 100 degrees Celsius or our water become a vapor, and it is a 27 crore degree Fahrenheit. So the sun is made of highly compressed hot gases. The sun gives out an enormous amount of the heat and the light. This makes life possible on the earth. Light from the sun gets reflected from the planets and their moons. This makes it possible for us to see them since they do not produce their own light. So that is a planet and their motion. After the sun, the largest celestial bodies in the solar system are the 8 planets in the order of their distance. As I told you, you already taught, like Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So now we are talking about the asteroid. What is asteroid? The asteroid's belt is the space between Mars and the Jupiter. It contains irregularly shaped chunk of debris called asteroid. Asteroid made of rock and metal, mostly nickel and iron. You know, my dear student, the word planet comes from a Greek word which means wanderer. This is a fitting description of the planet because they are constantly in motion. The planets have 2 types of motion, revolution or the rotation. Rotation. So Earth rotates on its axis. One complete rotation takes 23 hours, 56 minutes, 4.1 seconds. That's why we can say that in one day we have the 24 hours. So apart from revolving around the sun, each planet spins or rotates about its axis. The Earth axis is the imaginary line joining the North Pole of the South Pole. through the center of the earth from above the North Pole, the earth appears to rotate in this anti-clockwise direction. This means that the place on the west side of the earth appear to go towards the east. You know the anti-clockwise and the clockwise? On a road trip, if you go from west to east, distant objects like mountains seem to move from east to west. Similarly, since the earth rotates from west to east, the sun appears to move from east to west. Why? Because during the anti-clockwise direction rotation of this earth. As the earth rotates on its axis, half of the earth faces the sun and half of the earth faces away from the sun. The half of the earth that faces the sun will experience day, while the half of the earth that faces away from the sun will experience as a night. So now we are talking about the revolution. Revolution is the movement of the earth around the sun. This lasts for 365 and 1/4 days. That's why you know that every leap year we have the 366 days because 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. It's become 4 by 4. It means 4 manja 4. It's become 1 day. It means 365 plus 1 is equal to 366 days. Earth revolves around the sun in a slightly eccentric elliptical orbit once a year. The speed of the Earth revolution is about 18 miles per hour. All planets revolve around the sun in the anti-clockwise direction. Each planet revolves in its own slightly elliptical path called orbit. That's path what we call orbit. An eclipse looks like an elongated circle. Circle, you know, since Mercury is the closest to the sun, it has the shortest orbit because it's the very closest. Therefore, it takes the least time, 88 days, to complete one revolution. The Earth takes about 365 days and 1/4 days, or we can say that 6 days, while Neptune and the furthest planet from the sun takes nearby 165 years to complete one revolution. You can understand 165 years to complete one revolution. The Earth is a unique planet of the solar system. It is only planet on which life exists. This is because the conditions required to support life are found only on the Earth. So now let us see what these conditions are. Earth is the only planet to be named in English. The word Earth is Old English word for land. Earth belongs to the Milky Way galaxy. Earth is the only planet to sustain life. Why does Earth have the season? Earth has seasons because its axis is tilted, thus the sun rays hit different parts of the planet more directly depending on the time of the year. Summer is warmer than winter because the sun rays hit the earth at more direct angles during summer than during winter, and also because the days are much longer than the night during the summer. During the winter, the sun rays hit the earth at an extreme angle and the days are very short. These affected are due to the tilt of the earth's surface. And you know, the amount of heat a planet receives from the sun depends on its distance from the sun. Neptune is the farthest planet and therefore the coldest. The average temperature on the Neptune is about minus 225 degrees Celsius. On Mercury and Venus, which are closest to the sun, the temperature go over 400 degrees Celsius. The Earth is the third planet from the sun. It has an average temperature of 22 degrees Celsius. This temperature is suitable for plant and animals. And the very important essential thing for us, water in liquid form. You know that the plants and animals need water. The Earth is the only planet on which liquid water is found. On some other planet, water is found only in the frozen form. And we have the very favorable atmosphere, very conducive atmosphere. The Earth is surrounded by a layer of gases. This layer of gases is called its atmosphere. Animals need oxygen to breathe. This gas is found in the Earth atmosphere. Plants need carbon dioxide to make food. This gas is also present in our atmosphere. Apart from these, the Earth's atmosphere has a gas called ozone. This protects plants and animals from certain harmful rays of the sun. So the combination of the factor mentioned above makes life possible on the earth. So now we are talking about the satellites. Satellite is a moon, planet, or a machine that orbits a planet or star. For example, Earth is a satellite because it orbits the sun. Likewise, the moon is a satellite because it orbits Earth. Usually, the word satellite refers to a machine that is launched into space and moves around Earth or another body in the space. All planets except Mercury and Venus have satellites. The moon is the Earth's satellite. Jupiter has the most number of the satellites, 62. The satellites are the smaller than the planets around which they revolve. Jupiter is a satellite. Ganymede is the largest satellite in the solar system. It is even larger than Mercury. So satellites or moons or planets are small celestial bodies which revolve around planets. As the planet revolves around the sun, the satellite moves with them. As a result, the satellite also revolve around the sun like planets. Satellites shine by reflecting light from the sun. So we have the two types of the satellites. One is a natural satellite and another is a artificial satellite. So the natural satellite, you know that, moon. So the moon is the largest and the brightest thing in the night sky. The moon looks so large because it is the closer to us than any other celestial bodies. The moon shines because it reflects sunlight. Thus, the moon revolves around the earth once in 27 days and 8 hours. During this period, it is also rotates or spins about its axis. This means that its period of rotation and revolution are the same. You know about the two new words in our that solar system, full moon or new moon, that in our grandmother or mother that said Purnima and Amavasya. What is this? So I am telling about this. So the moon appears as full disk when we see the whole of the lit up side. This is called a full moon or a Purnima. When the part facing us does not receiving sunlight, we can't see the moon. This is known as a new moon or Amavasya. After this, the moon appears as a crescent. The crescent grows larger as day pass till the moon appears. After the new moon, it takes about 15 days or the full moon to appear. Many traditional calendars are based on the movement of the moon. You heard about your mother ki like today is the Purnamashi or the Purnima, or after the 2 days of the Purnima we celebrate this festival, like we celebrate the Raksha Bandhan, Holi like on the Purnima, and the Diwali on the Amavasya. So we have the different type of the stories behind this. So there is no life on the moon. It does not have water on an atmosphere. During the day, the temperature of the moon is about 100 degrees Celsius. It falls minus 150 degrees Celsius night. The moon has many mountains and plains. It also has circular depressions called craters on its surface. The moon's surface is covered with a mixture of rocks and dust. So as I told you that the moon is a natural satellite, one of more than 96 moons in our lower solar system, the only moon of the planet Earth. So now we're talking about the artificial satellite. What is the artificial satellite? An object designed to revolve around the Earth or any other heavenly bodies is called the artificial satellite. Satellites are carried into space by rockets. They have many uses. Some relay TV and the telephone signals, others take picture of cloud, that vast areas of land. These pictures have many uses. Example, picture of cloud formation help in weather forecasting. Have you heard like in the news they are saying ki like today or the day after tomorrow there will be chance to become rain. So how? So with the help of this picture of cloud formation help in weather forecasting. India's insect satellite are used to take such picture. They are also used for communication and TV broadcasting. So we have like some Indian satellites like Aryabhatta, Rohini satellite series, Mark orbit mission, Inset series, Chandrayaan 1 and the Bhaskar 1. So the artificial satellite Inset 1B being prepared for launch, and you know that Neil Armstrong was the first man to walk on the moon. So now we are talking about the other celestial bodies like dwarf planets and the meteoroids or the comets. So what is the comets? Comets are the bodies of the small mass that revolve around the sun, usually in highly elliptical orbit and consisting of the dirty snowball model of small solid particles embedded in frozen gases. 1682, astronomer Edmund Halley studied the written account of 24 comets. Comet cloud be regular visitor. Nucleus or core of a comet resembles a large dirty snowball, consists of 25% dust and chunks of rocky and the metallic materials and 75% ice, methane, ammonia and the carbon. So you know very famous Halley's comet is named after the English astronomer Edmund Halley. It is completes a revolution around the sun in 76 years. So now we are talking about the asteroids. Asteroids, thousands of small celestial bodies revolve around the sun between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. These are called asteroid or minor planet. Is one of the several thousand very small members of solar system that revolve around the sun, generally in asteroid belt. Asteroid belt is the region of interplanetary space between the orbit of Mars and Jupiter in which most asteroids are found. The largest asteroid discovered 480 miles diameter, HUMS 937. Asteroid spectra can be used to obtain rough estimate of their minerals properties. So many astronomers believe that asteroids are fragments of a planet which exploded a long time ago. What is meteoroids? What is meteoroids? Small pieces of rock and dust revolve around the sun. They are called the meteoroids. When meteoroids enter the Earth's atmosphere, they start burning. These burning pieces cause a flash of light as they fall, and we call them shooting star. Yes, at the night time you have seen that shooting star. And generally, what does the children are saying now? It is a time to beg some wish. It's complete our wish. So, and we call them shooting star. Most meteors burn up completely while falling. So also called shooting star or the falling star, irregularly shaped masses of metals or rocks that are speeding around in space. Meteorite is a piece of a meteor that lands on the surface of the earth. Meteorites are made of iron, nickel and other metals that can be also found in the earth. It was classified into three: iron meteorites, stony meteorites and the stony iron. Meteorite crater near Arizona was formed by the impact of an iron nickel meteorites. So this is the meteorites or the meteors. So a meteor that survive its fall and its hard the ground is called a meteorite. A large meteorite or create a crater while its fall about 50,000 years ago. A meteor created a huge crater called the meteorite crater in Arizona, USA. Comets already you have studied, but once again I repeat it. Comets are among the most beautiful sight in the solar system. They revolve around the sun in long elliptical orbits. When comets come near the sun, they start to glow. Comets take years to complete their orbits. Therefore, we see them only after many years. So see, my dear student, our universe is a wonderful place. We know very little about it, just let's remember, each year scientists discover new fact about the universe which help us understand it better. So my dear student, as I know you completed the question answer or the exercise were given in your workbook, in your textbook, and the new terms is given in your textbook. So please complete this work in your notebook also, and might be you enjoy the explanation of this chapter. So thank you and have a nice day, class.